Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Oh, energy. I can feel it. I can just feel the energy has just thrown itself right back into me. Welcome. It is Monday, December 28th, coming to you from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. The Eric Zane Show podcast, I think, begins now.
Hey everyone, Kenny from Nashville here, and after a long day of listening to some crappy death metal, I like to unwind with the Eric Zane Show podcast. Yeah. Here's your host, Eric Zane.
Well, thank you, Kenny. What up? Stu McAllister, yeah. Feel bad for my boy Stu. Had to start like a real job. And so Stu's working right now. Like an everyday schlep, for God's sake. Now, there's anything wrong with that. I'm not saying that to be insulting. Welcome into you and yours. Kenny says, wow, what a headline for today's show. I don't even remember what I wrote. Oh, okay. Monday Live with hashtag Eric Zane. I'm glad I wasn't RVing in Nashville over Christmas. It's true because, that RV that exploded, and I'll talk more about that in a bit, it didn't look that different than the one that I tool around in. One of those damn Class C's with like the bunk above where you sleep or where the bunk above where you drive. I'm like, oh my God, it's just like mine. Holy shit. And this guy blows himself and that thing to smithereens. I was talking with Bleeding Heart Brian, who said, that the awful whole scenario, the fact that guy blew himself up inside of that thing. That for weeks and months after, there's going to be a Nashville dude walking around that area of the Strip. And, he's going to be walking his dog. And all of a sudden his dog's going to go, oh, my God, what is this? And then like chomp. Talk about blown to smithereens, this guy. Oh, what a stupid, crazy idiot this guy was. My gosh. Let's see here. We got Andrew writes, good morning, Eric. It's Andy from New Jersey, former listener of the Power Stereo FM. Hi, up here in the playpen with a dude. Maybe we could one day bust out a dude interview, just book somebody for the Dude Shadoway show. There's nothing holding us back. Oh, my God. Welcome, Andrew. Glad you're here. Kenny saying at least he had a warning and people had time to clear the area. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. I know you want to jump the gun and make it the Kenny show, but chill out. We'll get there. We'll talk about it all. Just relax. You're in the crosshairs today, Kenny. So I imagine there's going to be some beat down of sorts. So let's not bust out the Kenny, hey, man, I think I'll tell every detail of the fucking story before Eric actually gets to it at some point. Remember, you don't have a podcast, buddy. You're enjoying the podcast. Let me work for you. Shh. It's okay. I love you. I'm not, man. What the fuck? Holy shit, man. Come on. Don't worry. You're going to get it today. All right. Nick says, did you see you got a new Patreon member? Congratulations to Gabe Dombrowski. I haven't, but I will take your word for it that is a winner of the big trivia contest that Nick hosted. Very, very kind of you. Very, very cool of you to do that. Very, very cool. And I hope that your better half is recovering okay. I know she recently hurt herself. And I just hope that is going down all right. And she's hanging in there. What's up to Joe? Welcome. So I already see the question from the tarantula farmer. Hey, how's your nuts? to be clear, it was only my left nut. And it's just it was a vicious injury that happened. A bruised spermatic cord. I can promise you I am the only one in the audience who has a bruised spermatic cord. And baby Jesus made it so that the spermatic cord heals slowly, apparently. I can only imagine what type of damage was done to it. I had an interview that I posted over Christmas with Dr. Grish, the physician with the kidney transplant team in UCLA, who, in fact, was the one rooting around on the inside of me to pull the kidney out. And he had to, he described what he did on the spermatic cord, because I'd complained to him many times, like, Doc, I mean, we're approaching 1 month in, and it still hurts. And he very calmly said, yeah, well, we got to yank on it a little or something like that. And it's weird. I don't know the anatomy. I don't have the nerve to look at it. It would just make my skin crawl. The spermatic cord, again, the actual name of the structure inside of me just sounds so hideous to me. He described it as he had to yank on it a little, so I can just imagine him like 1 foot actually on me during the surgery. And kind of like when you really want to get your boot tight and you pull out, like if you have a pair of work boots and you got those like orange brown type of laces, those heavy duty ones, and you really want to get them tight, you really got to just pull on them and then wrap it around the boot. I picture him 1 foot on my body and just pulling my spermatic cord. That's been bugging me. It's a lot better. There's still some if I touch it, it's a problem. But leading up to this moment, the days, I mean, if I just thought of my left ball, it would start to hurt. So it is recovering. Honestly, man, I was worried. I was like, there's no way you did not leave a scalpel inside of my abdomen poking my left nut. There's no way that you didn't. It is that much pain. But it has slowly but surely been getting better. Hey, shout out to Adam the Odd. And he is going to be known as Adam the Odd. Adam from Houghton Lake, Michigan. He was the first one to send me 24 songs for the Insane Asylum, which is my radio show that I do on Q100 up north. And that's the one where I basically play all my favorite songs, and every few songs I talk about it. I record the whole damn thing. I send it up north. They play it on the radio on Saturday night / Sunday morning at midnight. And that's it. It's 2 hours of me doing whatever the hell I want within reason. I don't get in there and tell people to go F themselves or anything like that. It's a music show. So I said to Adam the Odd, and that's what I refer to him when I'm recording this, because I've started recording it. He sent me 24 songs, and this, oh my gosh. Now I know he has a very, very interesting view of music. And when I say interesting, I mean it actually is interesting, and it's excellent. I've enjoyed it. Of the 24 songs he sent, I think there's only one that I just fucking hated. Oh, it was so horrible. Now, Kenny, don't get any wild ideas like I would ever entertain any of your music. I won't, because you don't have any taste. It's just shit, okay? I love you. You know I love you. But it's absolute garbage, so don't send anything. Dirk sent some. That's okay. Dirk has decent taste in music. But Adam, he sent me so much shit that I've never heard of. And he actually wrote the show. He wrote Insane Asylum, Adam's List, and he titled it Take a Trip, okay? And what he did was he's got all these different like pods of music, and the first segment, or the first set, is like I got a band from Japan. I got bands from Japan, Mongolia, Finland, Denmark, and Canada. And so the idea is you play music from all these different parts of the world, and it was really, really fun to listen to, man. You did a great job, Adam. And then he goes to, all right, the next segment is To Outer Space, including Children of the Sun by Billy Thorpe, Rainbow Demon by Uriah Heep. There you go. Major Tom by Peter Schilling, Black Blade by Blue Oyster Cult, and then this horrible song. This sucked so bad, but I'm going to play it and actually talk about how terrible it is, because he even wrote on it, please keep this in. Space Grass by Clutch, and it is just a shit show. It's a horrible, horrible song, and I cannot wait to actually say how shitty it is. Then he goes in the realm of, it says, To Inner Space, which I don't quite get, because he wrote To Inner Space, and I don't even know exactly what he means by that. But he includes some Christian rock by the Newsboys, which, whatever. And then an Everlast song, which is pretty cool. And, oh, my God, a Fishbone does a version of Alice in Chains' Them Bones, which was really cool. An old school Pink Floyd song, Alan Parsons Project, bunch of shit I don't know. And then back to Michigan, including the band Static X, where the lead singer, Wayne, who's now dead, is from Muskegon, Michigan. Rogue Satellites, never heard of them, but that was good. Alice Cooper, Bob Seger System, Grand Funk, Amboy Dukes, and some band called SRC. Adam, well done. Well done. I love that. And I started working on that yesterday, man. Really, it's pretty damn cool. Pretty cool. Okay, today, nothing says happy birthday, Jesus, like a massive bombing. Whoa. All right, we're going to unpack that, man. There's a lot there. Balloon Boy. Do you remember the saga of Balloon Boy? The images on your TV of that stupid fucking homemade hot air balloon. And then, oh my God, there's a child in the gondola. It's a little kid. The dad, Richard Heaney. It turns out it was all a hoax. Okay, remember that years ago? And, well, it comes up because something has happened to Richard Heaney. Something I guess he would say is good. We'll go back down that road again. Houston Texan football player J.J. Watt rants and lashes out on his shitty team and teammates. This was great. Sammy Hagar, the Red Rocker, is speaking out about his last conversation with Eddie Van Halen. Those two had been like not talking for the longest time. He detailed his efforts to try to reach him, and then ultimately what happened. For some reason, the internet is lashing out and accusing Alec Baldwin's super hot 36-year-old wife, Hilaria, of saying, yeah, she's not really from Spain. She's like lying that she's Spanish. What? I'll delve into this very stupid story. I think the big question is, how in the world did Alec Baldwin land such a babe? Isn't Alec Baldwin like 99 years old? Hold on. Alec Baldwin age. Okay, I'm going to say 65. 62. Okay, that's just gross. I got a real problem with that. Close to home, there's in the past year, there's been like a people. How would I describe this? Person I know, thought I knew, who just, oh my God, spun out, flipped out, and threw away his marriage, threw away his family, and ran off with a chick 20 years younger than him. I mean, I actually know this asshole. I said it to his face. I go, you're such an asshole. Dude, no remorse, never went back. 20 years difference. And now it's just weird to me when you have 26-year-old chick and 46-year-old guy It's just fucked, you know? And I mean, I can see if you went down that road and you had an affair and you fucked everything up, and then you said, "Oh my God, what am I doing?" You realized it was a complete catastrophe, and you ended the relationship, went back to your life, tried to make amends. I can see that. But to do it and then stick with it, and then I think the big thing with me is the whole, because if you're a 26-year-old chick, you've got friends that are of the same age. And the fact that you have to introduce this old man to your friends, like, what the fuck is he supposed to do? TikTok dances and shit with you and your friends? This is just so fucking weird. God, I hate those scenarios. They just make me feel like the world is desperately sick. Holy shit. Anyway, I completely digress. Email this show on the Shoreliners Striping inbox. Eric at ericzaneshow.com. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you very much. Eric at ericzaneshow.com on the Shoreliners Striping inbox. Christmas comes and goes. I hope you had a great time with you and yours. It's going to be a absolute super spreader time in, it was massive travel, the biggest since the pandemic. I don't know about you, but when I'm driving around the neighborhood, I'm like, I see the house that has like 11 cars in the driveway and everybody's parked down the street. I'm like, oh, there you go. There's the one. There's the super spreader. I'm just like, okay, don't talk to those people. Stay away from them. Holy crap. The last day that we met was the day of the great food giveaway. Okay. First of all, let's go over the roster of thank yous. You, for sharing the event, for talking about it, for spreading the word, and for, of course, you who threw money after I shook you down to raise funds for this. Thank you very much for that. That was awesome. We frickin' smashed it. Thank you to Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, for hosting it at their facility. The Mike Ball family for their volunteering to transport the food to and from. And that was a family affair as the whole Ball clan was there. Speaking of balls, ha! And all the volunteers who were there, you were all fantastic. Thank you so much. I mean, it was just awesome. Great work done. Laura from Stella Fly for taking the pics. Thank you. We also had in attendance the organization known as the Grand Rapids Pit Bull Alliance. Now they're called the Pit Bull Alliance, but these folks work tirelessly with an army of volunteers doing their thing to make life better for all pets, all dogs, all cats, all bunnies, all turtles, pet snake, whatever it may be. Just we were just surrounded by do-gooders. And so we get there, and there's already people there. It's an hour before we start. And they slowly but surely filed in, and because some people are like, hey, can we get the food early? It's like, no, we don't want to do that. We want to do exactly as what we plan to do, and that was start at 2 p.m. on that day. And so we actually did get going a handful of minutes early, and right away gave away like 30 boxes of food. In each box of food was a spiral ham, corn, gravy, potatoes, and the pie. And we just started, hey, here you go. Put it in the car. Do you need any pet food? Yes, no. If they did, the folks at the Grand Rapids Pit Bull Alliance would load up their vehicle with food. And, man, everybody's fantastic, very gracious and sweet, and sent them on their way. And then nothing. There was, like, no cars. So we're like, okay, now we've got 60 or 70 boxes of food, all these volunteers, what to do? The way this worked out was, from that point on, most of the people that came by were because of the gang on the corner of Stafford and 44th Street. And I think, for the most part, you had Pellerito in a Santa suit with the sign saying, great food giveaway, turn down here. And then they had a big arrow. They were holding up that, and turn here and whatever. Merry Christmas. Sexy voice Andrea, Sarah Rutch, and Pellerito, I think, were the three that were there the most. There may have been some more. If I'm forgetting names, I apologize. But basically, people at the light were like, what the hell? Food? Free? And then they just turned down the street. So that was how most of the people found out about it. And it was pretty steady. So it took about 90 minutes. And then all of that food was given away. And then that was it. We called it a day. Something else that took place that was pretty fantastic was I talked about this on the Patreon. And excuse me, because it just popped in my head to talk about it, but I think I can make this happen. Very sweet mother and wife had found out about the Great Food Giveaway. And as I finished up the free podcast on Wednesday, I received correspondence on Messenger from this person. And this person isn't a listener, but had heard about it and wrote. And she wrote this. Hello, I'm writing to you in regards to the free dinner giveaway. Unfortunately, my family is quarantined due to my youngest, who also has cystic fibrosis, tested positive for COVID. And then myself and my son became positive. It's been hard. We've been off of work for over a month. I don't have any money for Christmas, let alone food in our home. This has been the hardest time that we have ever experienced. I was wondering if anyone would be able to deliver the food by chance. If not, I understand. And so, right away, I'm like, well, yeah, sure, no problem. I'll drop it off myself. We'll just set one aside for you and bring it to you. Well, I read that on the Patreon. And, this is, how many times has this happened? Where all I do is throw something out there like that just to say, oh my gosh, how about that? And then the mobilization efforts of the people that are watching on live streams, they start to do their thing, and boom, the job is done before I even have a chance to know what's up. And so there's only maybe a dozen people watching the live stream on Patreon. And so between Megan and Patriot Nick, and I shouldn't even gone down the road of naming names because I'm already I won't be able to get them all. But you all were like, hey, let's help that person out. And so I see message. Luckily I went back to the live stream and said, hey, call me. It's Megan. Call me. So I called Megan. She goes, okay, let's we can come up with something for these folks. So I'm like, yeah, all right, that's a great idea. I love it. So she collected all this cash, like hundreds of dollars. And she okay, let me just pick it up here. Excuse me. Stand by. Okay. I wrote, absolutely, I'll deliver it. What's your address? Okay. And this is when I was still didn't even know that anything else was going on the Patreon. Thank you so much. Here's my address. It's in Zeeland, not far at all from where I live. I appreciate this more than anything. It's the first year I can't provide anything for the holiday gifts for my kids or a dinner. This food will be truly a blessing. Thank you so much. Little did she know what was going on. At this point, I know what's up, and I reached out to her. Hello again. I just tried to call you. I need to run a couple of things by you real quick. It just developed. If you want, call me back. So then I spoke with her and got some information about the ages of the kids. So this is like holiday break-in style at this point, kind of. So then I see Megan that afternoon, and she's got a stack of money all ready to go. And by the next day, Megan has purchased a ton of gifts and gift cards for these folks and wrapped it all. Oh my gosh. And drove to this nice lady's house with her struggling family and delivered it all, man. Holy shit. It was like a miracle for this family. So, my gosh, absolutely great. They got pet food too, because they got a bunch of pets. The folks at the Grand Rapids Pit Bull Alliance gave me a bunch of pet food to pass along to them, because that was That was some real heavy duty spirit stuff going on there. So I just wow, I can't stress enough how awesome that was. And so now it's going to get bigger. And I between when I first mentioned this on the show, and again, this all happened because of an idea from what do I call him? Denny Fake News from A&D Cleaning. Again, I don't take credit for it. I take credit just for talking about it. Okay, if that's what it takes, great. If there is any credit, well, if talking about it gets you credit, I guess. But that's it, man. This is all you guys. I just kind of try to keep the moving parts going in the right direction. But it's all you. Everything about this show has always been you driving it forward. That's been the one constant thing. So I need your help now. In a year, I want to have a charitable juggernaut. I want to have like great food giveaway to be a real thing, not just you throwing money at me and me running to the store. I mean, there's a lot of things that we can do together with our brain power. And between bringing this up and this exact moment, there were people that reached out to me who I now forget, who were like, hey, I can help you get this started, this charitable thing. And so could you, again, reach out to me because I forget who had the expertise, Eric at ericzaneshow.com on the Shoreliner Striping inbox because, yeah, like I said, people had said, hey, I can help you with this and I can help you with legal and I can help you with this, but I forget who. So could you, like maybe if you have experience in getting a actual charity off the ground, reach out to me, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. I don't remember a one of you. The only person I remember talking to was Tanel from Grand Rapids Pitbull Alliance, and I forget exactly what she suggested she could help me with. But if you have any expertise in this, if I could, pick your brain and utilize that, that would make this happen quicker because, as I understand it, getting these types of things going requires a little bit of effort. So I would, how I envision this going is this being a thing that people can donate cash to via a website. And I talk about it on this show. And then that's, of course, would be a tax-deductible donation from you for this organization. And then this organization would be almost like, in addition to right here, giving food away, similar to what we just did the other day, that being kind of like the template for it, but issuing grants to different hubs of goodness throughout the audience area. Like if Patriot Nick wanted to have a great food giveaway in his neck of the woods, we could just replicate this whole thing because we've taken care of the cash to pay for all the food and all that stuff. So, we could branch it out and do it not only here, but in other places for holidays or whatever. So that's it. That's all I got right now. But I know that there's enough wisdom and brains out there to help me move this along. So if you could reach out to me, Eric at ericzaneshow.com on the Shoreliner Striping inbox. Hey, Eric, I can help. So that would be awesome. I would appreciate that. All right. So again, thank you so much. We did it. We fed all those families. We gave a ton of cash to Kids Food Basket with the leftover money. Thank you. Okay. When we last met, I told you that I was going to do a few things in terms of watching, what I was going to get caught up on, what I was going to watch, and I did all of them. All right. I am currently watching this new, not new, it's actually a few years old, Sam Worthington. I may have said Sam Rockwell last time I talked about it. Sam Worthington stars in this series about the hunting and the catching, of the Unabomber. Looks pretty good. I'm about an episode in. All right. I don't have any complaints about that. I love true crime stories, stuff like that. Historical documentary style dramas. All good. And I love profiling, too. Criminal profiling, FBI stuff. That's why I love Mindhunter so much. Before that became a genre in television and film, I would read books about it. John Douglas, in particular, is he's kind of like the Babe Ruth of profiling. He has written a number of books. My favorite is The Hunt for BTK. Oh, I've mentioned that book so many times. If you're into true crime and profiling, that is the one to get. All right. So there's that. I also am all caught up on The Mandalorian. Oh, my God. Hey, man, I knew it. I knew you'd do it, man. Holy shit, man. What do you think? It was awesome. It was absolutely spectacular. This is the best dumb show I have ever watched. Really, really great. There wasn't a bit of that I didn't like. I'm not going to lie to you. I was entertained. I'm all about it. I am all about it. I'm all in. I'm disappointed that I can't watch anymore because season 2 is now done. But this sets up nicely for season 3. I don't know exactly where they're going to go with it. But, yeah, I thought it was fucking great. Well done. I don't want to spoil a damn thing about it. But, okay, and Kenny, I actually give you credit because I didn't really know what was going to happen. That's normally something you might spoil for me. Hey, man, holy shit, man, I can't contain myself. And then I was looking forward to watching this film. One of my favorite genres is that, like the dystopian Earth. Something terrible has happened to the planet and everything's fucked up. Oh, my God, what are we going to do? But more often than not in the genre, I get disappointed. People raved about a book by a guy named Cormac McCarthy called The Road. This book fucking sucked. Do not read this book. It's a horrible book, and it's terrible, and you do not want to waste your time on it. That's disappointing to me because that's right up my alley, this type of genre. Move over, Cormac McCarthy's The Road. The new pile of shit is Midnight Sky, made by and starring George Clooney. Oh my gosh. If you were to look up on Twitter, hashtag Midnight Sky, you would see post after post after post of dissatisfied customers. What an absolute shit show, dull, boring abortion this was. An absolute, complete waste of time. Do not even bother. The only way that this would be redeeming is if you knew how shitty this was and you were hunkering down for 2 hours just to relish in its shittiness. Never before have I been so fucking bored in a movie. I mean, like, fucking just sitting there, tapping my fingers, like, come on, get with it. What the fuck? Who taught you how to tell a story? Oh, here's the deal. The film starts with Clooney. He's in, like, the Arctic or some shit, some research facility. And everybody's clearing out. And he's alone. He's going to stay there. You don't know what the fuck's going on. Yeah, the world's about to end. You figure it out that the world's ending and everybody's leaving, which is weird because this is like the only place that is habitable because a short time later, the whole planet's like no one's alive. Like he's the last person alive on the planet. We're supposed to believe that shit in short order. Well, all right. And then the only other thing going on is there's a spaceship that's coming back to Earth after they explored a planet way out in the solar system that they have found to be habitable. All right, we can all move to this other planet. Well, he has to warn these assholes in space, hey, don't come back here because the second you step out of the spaceship, you're going to be dead. Oh, fuck, don't do that. So, but he's in this spot in the Arctic where his antenna's not good enough, okay? So he's got to trudge across the fucking tundra to get to another place to go, hey, don't fucking come here. Oh, and by the way, he turns around one day and there's some little shit brat. Some kid is with him, this pain in the ass, mute kid who doesn't say anything but fucks everything up for him. Oh, my God. It's terrible. What I just said was more entertaining than anything in the movie. This thing just dragged on and on and on. Oh, my gosh, was this rough. Son of a bitch. It got to the last half hour, and on Netflix, you can watch it on Netflix. I'm just plus 10, jump ahead 10 seconds, 10 seconds. I just kept hitting it. Oh. Somebody said, because Clooney's got this giant beard, someone on Twitter said, this movie's so slow. It's like you're watching Clooney's beard grow in real time. It was that horrific. Do not waste your time. Unless you like wasting your time or you just like watching shitty movies. My pal Stu McAllister said he saw 3 movies over the weekend. He saw that shit show. He saw a movie that he liked called Soul, animated. No idea. And Wonder Woman 84. Stu said Wonder Woman 84 was worse than Midnight Sky. How? Come on, Stu. Well, all right. If I can take the time, I will go see Wonder Woman 84 either on HBO Max or whatever the fuck. Go to the theater. Stay away from everybody just to see which one is worse. I have a tough time getting into animated films. I really do, because they're animated films. I don't know. I always look at them as like, yeah, it's an animated film. As far as, but oh no, you got to see it. So I don't know, maybe. So that was it. Folks, that is the open of the Eric Zane Show podcast. It's brought to you by Tag Accounting. Call up Troy. It's getting close, man. Getting close to tax season. Before long, you'll be getting all those little documents in the mail, and you're like, oh, shit, what do I do? What do I do? But don't do it like last year's where you sat down for a weekend, hunkered down at this big table, and there's pieces of paper everywhere. And you're like, I think I did the math right. Oh, my God, we get $8 back. No, come on. You're doing it all wrong. Have a professional do your taxes. You owe it to yourself. Your time is worth so much, okay? That alone is a reason. Wouldn't it be wonderful to just send all your stuff to Troy Ginzer at tagcpa.net, upload it via his web portal from anywhere in the United States? A quick phone call takes place. Okay, he's got your tax background. You're good to go. He's going to give you a time and a date. Hey, I'm going to do your taxes on March 11th at 2 p.m. Have your phone handy. I may call you for clarification on things. That's it. And then, boom. At the end of the day, you're going to get the return. And then 2 days later, you've got the money in your account. Fantastic. And a hell of a lot more money than what you may have expected when you did your taxes on your own. Tag Accounting. Call up Troy, 616-301-9516. Have the Tax Hobbit do your taxes. Deadly. From Beyond the Arc. Did you see the video yesterday that was out online of, what is the guy's name for the Golden State Warriors? He's just incredible. Steph Curry. So, they throw him a basketball, and he throws it up from beyond the arc, and he nails it. And then they throw him another basketball, and he drains that one too. It's like practice, you know. He's like working on his game. The video continued for 5 minutes. In the video, he made 105 straight three-pointers. 105 straight! What a... that seems ridiculous to me. I mean, that seems like superhuman to make. I would say, 5 out of 10 would be great. He made 105 in a row. God, I got to remember to post that in the comments of this podcast so you can see it for yourself. I watch the first 20, and it's just like the same thing over and over again. This dude from Beyond the Arc draining him. And then I just bumped ahead to the end, and he finally misses one. 105. My God, that alone is like Hall of Fame. You just put the guy in the Hall of Fame right there. Incredible. I think Troy made like 8 or 9 in a row during one fateful game, which he frustrated his opposition so much they had a temper tantrum. Some of you know what I'm talking about right now. Thank you to the Kent County Health Department. I've been taking in water for a long time this past year. Still trying to put it all together, but still working very hard to make sure that you have everything you need for public health. If you need information on anything concerning vaccines, the COVID vaccine, COVID testing, vaccines for your kids, reach out to the Kent County Health Department. accesskent.com/health. All right. So I'm taking a look at this fucking dork, this 62-year-old idiot who ruined Christmas by blowing up his RV in the middle of downtown Nashville. Anthony Quinn Warner is his name. IT dude. Bummer if you, Alan from Blue Frost IT is not going to blow up an RV anywhere. He is of sound mind. Anthony Quinn Warner, yeah, we still don't know what the hell this guy was up to and why he did it. If he wanted to just kill himself, you would think he'd just kill himself, right? But this asshole decides to load up the Holiday Rambler and get it ready to go with explosives, parks it in a spot where I think Kenny informed me is like 50 yards from where I used to do those shows at Dick's Last Resort in Nashville, Tennessee, kind of like on the outskirts of that whole touristy district, and blows up the RV on Christmas morning. Okay, so a lot of questions. If you're going to kill yourself, but you don't want to hurt people, I mean, this guy went the extra mile in this bomb blowing up to, I don't understand why you would put it in a place where a lot of people could be, but at a time, I mean, why there? I don't understand this. This is really fucked up because if you don't want to hurt people, why would you put it in an area that will eventually during the day or at some point have a lot of people there? Why would you kill yourself in that manner? I mean, this idiot even had a fucking like recording playing saying, "Get away from the vehicle. There's a bomb in here. It's about to blow up." And then played that downtown song, that old school song. No one knows why this happened. So I don't know why, if you would think he would just drive it to a secluded area and blow it up. I think he may have, in his death, may have wanted the attention, like from beyond the grave, but didn't actually want to hurt anyone. Maybe that's it. I don't know. This guy is really screwed up. But so the bomb goes off, and I just yesterday saw for the first time the explosion from one of the cameras at 2nd Avenue North and Commerce from Metro Nashville PD. And it is a hell of a bomb. You see it from the view of this camera looking down the street. Cop is in the shot. He's walking away. At this point, they've had time to evacuate nearly everyone. 3 people were injured, but I'm assuming they're okay. But cops worked really, really hard to get people away because they had plenty of warning to like bang on doors. Anybody that happened to live in this area. And there actually were people that lived in this area, despite it being kind of like a touristy a business area or whatever, with restaurants and shit like that. But there were people that lived there that would have been killed had they been in this bomb blast. I mean, it is a big ass bomb. We're talking about hundreds of feet away. The windows blown out of these buildings. It was absolutely massive. So as Christmas unfolds, we're like, oh my God, bombing. So my first thought was, this is a right-wing this is a guy, in my mind, my Eric Zane Show podcast profiling. This guy is, in my mind, he was pissed off with the election. He hates masks. He's an anti-vaccine conspiracy theorist asshole. Okay. And hey, that describes some of you guys. I'm just kidding. Totally kidding. So I was like, okay, that's who did this. But as it unfolds now, I don't know if that was the case. Police ended up, after the bomb goes off, finding like a chunk of blubber on the street. Like this guy, this dude, Quinn, is blown up. I mean, my God, I can only imagine the low man on the totem pole who has to clean up this shit. You know, you got windows busted, you got a destroyed vehicle, you got a hole in the ground. That's bad enough. The fact that there's actual mincemeat strewn all over the street from this fuck who blew himself up. What a total asshole. How would you like to be the guy walking down the street, you know, who works for the city? He's got, you know, when there's a city employee who has one of those sticks that picks up cigarette butts, you know, he's picking up fingers and chunks of dick and just a scrotum, and here's an ear, and oh, look at that, some cheek meat. Oh, excellent. I'll just gather up these scalp chunks here and throw those away. What a horrible job that is. So one of the feds is like, oh, fuck, here we go. And he finds like a slice of blubber and says, I think there was a dude in there. Like, oh, fuck. So they had an idea that it was this guy, and they drove to this guy's house, and he in his one of his cars, they got like a pair of gloves and a hat, and they got hair strands and whatever, DNA, and were able to compare what was on there to the blubber laying in the street on 2nd Avenue. And they go, yeah, we found out who it is. Let's see. 63-year-old guy, Antioch, Tennessee. Blew up his RV. No indication that anybody else was involved. No motive yet. They did the old questioning of the neighbors. Like, yeah, he kind of lived by himself. He seemed like he never waved to anybody. Just kind of a loner as to what he was all about. The RV showed up in downtown Nashville at 1:22 a.m. And several hours later, a resident in the area said she woke up at what sounded like an automatic weapon. When she heard the sound again, she called the cops. About 5:30 a.m., they showed up there. But I just cannot figure out why you would, if you don't want to hurt anyone, why in the world? This is a real mystery to me as to why he would do this. Man, really crazy. The dude previously had explosive user permits, handler licenses from back in the day, so he no doubt knew what the hell he was doing when it came to actually making something like this. As the day unfolded the next day, the story came across that somebody was driving a box truck in the area. And I don't know how this took place, but the cops like pull over the box truck in nearby Lebanon, Tennessee. And because they thought that there was explosives in it. Listen to this thing.
Meantime, investigators today also responded to a suspicious box truck 30 minutes east of Nashville. Witnesses say someone parked the truck near a convenience store in Lebanon, Tennessee. They also say audio coming from the vehicle was similar to the audio blasting from the RV in Nashville before.
Wait a minute. Hold on right there. They also said audio coming out of the box truck was similar to the audio coming out of the RV. All right. All we know is this. The RV had two things playing. That song Downtown, blasting out of it, which no one blasts except that guy, and audio of a voice saying, get away, there's a bomb here. So how similar was it really? And if you are a guy with a box truck, would you really do that? I mean, play audio. I mean, everybody's on edge, and you're going to drive around and park your box truck in front of the store with audio that says, get away, there's a bomb here. I'm wondering if this is a little bit of overreaction by someone. Maybe it was somebody who listened. Maybe it was Kenny listening to his.
They also say audio
shitty music or
was
something
similar
like
to
that.
the audio blasting from the RV in Nashville before that truck exploded.
Mate.
A bomb squad searched the truck and did not find any explosives.
Sorry, man. That was just me playing my shitty music. I'm sorry. Oh, my God. Oh, man. So that guy didn't do anything. So no problem there, but just ridiculous. I can't wait to find out more about this one. What the hell happened? How did that even take place? What was that guy thinking? This strikes me as something that we'll never know about. All right, I want to read you a letter from my friends at Great Lakes Winery Brewery, Great Lakes Winery Brewery. I can never, ever say that and feel confident that I'm saying it right. It always feels like I'm having a stroke. Okay, so, they've been advertising on this show for some time. I've been talking about the big 50% off sale going on at Great Lakes Winery Brewery Distillery in Holland, Michigan. You can go in there, get the growler or the howler filled for 50% off, all that stuff. Well, I was aware of this, and there is a reason why that was going on. Let me just read this to you. The folks at Great Lakes write this from their Facebook page. Thank you to our family, friends, and loyal customers. After serious consideration and with much sadness, we've decided to close the operations of Great Lakes Winery. There I go again. Great Lakes Winery Brewery Distillery, LLC. Our last day of sales will be Thursday, December 31, 2020. We're still open. We're selling everything, almost everything at 50% off until December 31st. In-store hours, Monday to Wednesday, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., Thursday, noon to 6 p.m. If you wish to purchase your favorites, we'd love to see you. We're heartbroken, but the continued business lockdowns have impacted our ability to be profitable. The uncertainty of COVID-19 and now a second variant are causing more illness and fear, and it keeps visitors at bay. The building that we occupy will be sold in a few days. We have not entered into a new lease. Thank you for all the great times we shared together. We will miss you. We are in the voting round in 5 categories under dining and drinking of Best of the Best Holland 2020. Thank you for voting us number 1 in 2018 and 2019. 2020 is a year that we will never forget, but we will remember the great times with all of you. Great wines, great beers by brewer Bill DeWitt, great grappa, great artwork, and by so many local artists, great music by so many local musicians. This was our business model to create a comfortable place on Holland's north side. Wishing you a healthy and kind 2021. Love, Jim and Joanne. Sorry, guys. I hate that. I wrote, hello, Jim and Joanne. I'm sorry this happened to you, too. You did an amazing job. Should be proud of what you put together. Chin up. Let the dust settle. Who knows what the future holds? You have a master's degree in how to do a business like this. My best to you. So, with that being said, please consider them if you want to cash in on what I talked about earlier, maybe a bottle of wine. Their award-winning Traminette was $20. It's now $10 when you drop by there. To my friends at Great Lakes Winery Brewery Distillery, LLC in Holland, Michigan, 332 East Lakewood Boulevard, right across the street from the luxurious Windmill Estates Mobile Home Park. Pick up something to drink. If you want a keg, 50% off kegs. Don't forget that there. It's all there up until New Year's Eve at Great Lakes. Man, that's a bummer. Okay, TC Paintball, still going strong, and want to see you there. They have COVID protocols in place, but they still are taking business, whether that be indoors or outdoors. If you want to play paintball outdoors, they can accommodate you. That's always fun. That's the best, man. The frickin' Tactical Villages, where it's at. My gosh, is that great. Get a group together. It's going to be mild, no major snow for the next 2 weeks here in West Michigan. Get the group together and go play some paintball. I know we're getting set to come up with a new plan for the show to get out there, and we'll be doing that momentarily, or soon, I should say. And then off we go. Then you, after you play outside, you warm up inside, or you can play inside. They do it all, everything socially distanced. You got the guns there, the masks there, the paint there, all the equipment you could ever want. Fully stocked pro shop. TC Paintball online at tcpaintballgr.com. Okay. Richard Heaney is the dude's name. Remember Richard Heaney, Balloon Boy's dad. 2009. My gosh, is that a long time ago? So, we all saw the images on TV of like, oh my God, there's this kid, there's this child in this gondola of this homemade balloon. This guy's balloon took off. And the impression we had in our brain was that this guy is kind of like a homemade stunt man, is really kind of like weird, eccentric spirit. He's always come up with these strange get-rich-quick schemes. Was Richard Heaney. I remember him. And then, he's trying to do viral videos and shit, and nothing's really catching on. And the next thing you know, you got this homemade hot air balloon floating through the air, thousands of feet in the air. And the story was his kid, Falcon, the 6-year-old, is in the fucking gondola. And you never saw him in the gondola. You just see the pictures of the thing floating away. And so there's like, camera crews everywhere, and this fighter jets scrambling. What do we do? Helicopters. The whole world is shutting down following this story. All the while, the kid's at home. And there was evidence that pointed to he was in on the hoax. And then he's like, no way, man, there's no hoax. No. And then they did a little more research, and they found out that it absolutely was a hoax. And he was arrested, charged, and convicted of a felony, whatever the fuck. And so that's that, that's the end of Richard Heaney and his wife. I'm not really sure exactly how much time. Maybe as I go through this story and piece it together, it'll talk about. It says that the couple served a little bit of time in jail. They had to pay $36 in restitution to authorities. Well, they've been pardoned. And I kind of think that's right. I don't think these are hardened criminals. I think he's just some weirdo, Richard Heaney and his family. The governor of Colorado pardoned the dude. I said this guy for the rest of his life shouldn't be saddled with a felony conviction on his record. That's kind of rough. And and he paid back the rest. He paid back for all the fees to get the helicopters in the air. It seems like the punishment has been served. It makes sense to pardon the guy, I guess. The kid, you remember Falcon? He was the kid who on the Today Show puked. Do you remember that? It was the day after the incident went down, and Richard Heaney is hosting the Today Show. Well, the Today Show has him on as a guest, and it's him and his wife and his kids. And the kid who was supposedly in the gondola is sitting there with him. And then the kid was not feeling well, and the kid puked right on TV. It was absolutely incredible.
He did answer other questions kind of on the same level. But after the initial interview with all the people out in front, I told everybody, my kids and my wife, to come inside. And I looked behind me. They weren't there. So then I go over to open the garage.
Okay, now we're like a day into this drama when this interview takes place. And he hasn't been arrested or anything, but people are starting to think that he rigged the whole thing.
And Falcon's climbing up in the joist in the attic space. And Rapper's there. So then I look to the right.
Kids did he say Raptor? So we have a kid named Falcon and a kid named Raptor. Oh, shit.
And there was like 30 press people there. And anyway, somebody had asked him if they could he would show them how he got in the attic. So he was obliging them. And one of the guys told me it was for some... Mom.
Okay, Mom. That's Falcon saying, Mom, I'm about to puke. He's like giving him the warning like he's got to barf.
Guys told me it was for some TV show. So... that's what he was referring to.
There it is.
That's what he was referring to.
Okay. And Heaney keeps it together. He keeps going, but the kid has just... Meredith Vieira was hosting, and the kid is... oh, and the other kid goes, oh, no, shit.
TV show. So that's what he was referring to. That's what he was referring to. And he made that
Someone's
statement.
laughing.
And I know I want to point out that the sheriff's office said last night that they believe your account of what happened, but they do want to question you a little bit more today, Richard, as well. And I'm sure some of the questions will be hard for you to deal with. So let me just ask you right now, just put it out there and get your honest answer. Was this a hoax or a publicity stunt?
Are you about to puke?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And now I'm starting to be able to tick off because I'm repetitively getting asked this the last couple of interviews. And I mean, what have I got to gain out of this? And I'm not selling anything. I'm not advertising anything. My family and I, we do this all the time.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. Yeah, sometimes these people, that's all they live for. Even if they will gain nothing out of just exposure. And I don't know how this guy, was able to do that. They just like it.
We're always doing some kind of scientific research. We're always building something together. I teach my kids how to shoot cameras. It's highly educational for my boys. So, no, I mean, absolutely not. This is not some kind of a hoax.
Richard, we want to talk about what happened yesterday. And I know that your son, Falcon, thank goodness he is okay, but he's not feeling well this morning. And I know that just a few moments ago he got ill. So let's take a break here so your family can gather itself. And we'll be right back, and we'll talk to you a little bit more about what you went through yesterday.
The governor says Richard and Mayumi have paid the price in the eyes of the public, served their sentences. It's time for us all to move on. It's time to no longer let a permanent criminal record from the Balloon Boy saga follow and drag down the parents for the rest. I think the kid needs to speak. We need to hear from Falcon, who's probably like 20. Wait a minute, he was 6 at the time, so. Boy, my math. It's always embarrassing. 17. We need to hear from this brat. The pardon scrubs the crimes from the records. That means Richard Heaney can vote and pursue a general contractor's license. The balloonacy has ended, said David Lane, the family's longtime attorney. I commend the governor very strongly for realizing that despite all the public attention this case got, it was an unjust conviction. Well, I don't know about that. It's a just pardon, but I don't think it was an unjust conviction. Given that, the attorney said he recognized that you don't coerce people into pleading guilty, so he has pardoned them to his great credit. Oh, yes, shut up. The governor did not question the integrity of the conviction, only saying the family deserved to move on. His office declined to comment further. Despite pleading guilty in 2009, the parents maintain their innocence. Boy, I can't imagine why people plead guilty. I don't care. I don't care if, when they say to you, this is going to cost you an arm and a leg, man, you might as well just plead guilty. No, fuck that. I don't buy that at all. Don't ever, no matter what you have to do, don't ever plead guilty. That is such bullshit. Never, ever, ever. They argue that they pleaded guilty to avoid a worse punishment. Well, tough shit. Fucking if it didn't happen, fight for it. Don't just give up. Mayumi Heaney was not a U.S. citizen at the time. The couple said they feared she would be deported. I don't care. Their 3 sons, it says Rio or Rio? I thought he said Raptor. Bradford. Oh, maybe that was it. Bradford and Falcon. So Rio or Rio, it spells it R-Y-O. Bradford and Falcon even defended the claims in an original heavy metal song titled Balloon Boy No Hoax. Hey, man, that's a good song. That's fucking great, man. I knew it. I knew their time would come when Rio, Bradford, and Falcon's song Balloon Boy No Hoax would take hold on the internet. Shit, yeah, man. Oh, my God. God bless you, boys. Balloon Boy No Hoax. So these 3 idiots made the song. There it is. Heaney Boys. Balloon Boy No Hoax. Ugh. 509,000 views. That makes me sick. on, let me get to this ad. Hey, man, it sounds pretty good to me, man.
Ever had one of those days?
Oh, no.
Everything went wrong.
Yeah, Kenny loves this.
The shit hits the fan.
Wait a minute. Hey, watch that mouth, you little shit.
And who the hell is Wolf?
That's the kid. That's the fucking kid. Hey, man, this ain't bad, man. I'm going to play this in my camper for everybody. All right, I can't take it. I can't take that shit. Now I wish he really was in the fucking gondola and, like, you know, it came crashing down to earth. Son of a bitch. 500,000 views. All of them like 1 second long. Bullshit, man. I listened to the whole song. I know that song. I'm all about it, man. Hey, man. Don't make fun of them. I love that song. Holy shit, man. All right. Nick says, I bet there's no copyright on it. Play that shit, Eric. No, yeah, probably not. Even if it's just, I can't take it. Oh, my God. So that dude gets off. Balloon Boy is, the parents are okay. The family had the sympathy and doubts of many immediately following the incident. Their story began to unravel quickly after an interview on Larry King Live. Okay, I remember it now. The kid that you just heard singing there, he's the one who spilled the beans when asked why he was hiding because, we all thought he was in the balloon. And then like, oh, no, wait, we found him. Oh, thank God. Everything was going fine. But then on Larry King Live, Larry asked him, hey, why were you hiding, Falcon? And Falcon said, you guys said we did this for the show. I wonder if that's available. Okay. Let me see if I can get that one. Larry King, Balloon Boy. No, is it? Yeah, Larry King. Let's see. Right, there's an ad. Hold on.
Why not bring the holidays to
Skip
a
ad.
vacation?
We believe 100% that he was on board.
And Falcon was really in the garage this whole time. I don't know if Falcon can hear me, but was he, because I know at some point he fell asleep in that garage, but he was hiding out because he thought you were going to punish him for something that happened earlier in the day.
So Wolf is on Larry King's show.
Did he hear anything? Did he hear you screaming out, Falcon, Falcon?
He's asking Falcon, did you hear us calling your name at any time? You did?
You did?
Why didn't you come out?
Good acting. Well, the kid clearly is a few bricks short of a full load to begin with. He's clearly deficient in a lot of things. There's no doubt about it. He's probably dropped or his mom drank.
You guys said that.
He can't even talk. A 6-year-old should be able to talk. You know that this kid, he's probably drank Drano. This kid's stupid as shit.
We did this for the show.
There it is. That's what Richard's like, I'm going to beat the fuck out of you.
No.
Wait, no.
You didn't come out?
No.
I heard what he said, but I'm sure not. It wasn't really clear. What was his reasoning why he heard you screaming, Falcon, Falcon?
All right, a wolf smells blood. He's like, wait a second. This kid just fucking revealed the truth.
And I'm sure he heard his mom screaming, Falcon, Falcon. But why didn't he come out of the garage at that point?
Well, whenever he...
If I'm Wolf. I'm saying, shut up, Dad. I'm talking to the kid. The kid. I've got a news scoop. Not since the Gulf War has anybody cared about me.
Whenever we tell him things like, it's a bad thing to do, he does go and hide. He cowls down. And like if we go to the store and he wants to buy some candy or something, I have to tell him no. So
what a fucking quirky, weird guy this is.
He's always behind. I mean, the other boys are always telling him, hurry, Falcon, hurry. So he does.
Why couldn't we be sweeping him up in Nashville?
He does tend to do that.
Did you think, Mayumi, did you think it was possible that the Falcon was just hiding out this time and was not necessarily?
Wolf, quit asking those types of questions. Focus on the kid. Hey, Brad, you just said they did this for the show. Explain that.
On board that balloon?
We searched any place, even in the small drawers and
Mayumi, are you a mail order bride?
Believe Falcon can fit it in any part of the house.
The kid's gonna puke again.
And we couldn't find him. Also, we searched the kids' friends' houses. He might be visiting.
We did it for the show. If you're Richard Heaney when the kid said, he's like, oh shit, oh no. The family featured twice on Wife Swap, was accused of planning the stunt to garner fame. Quote, there is absolutely no doubt in our minds this was a hoax. It was a publicity stunt done with hopes of better maneuvering themselves for a reality TV show. Well, then the kid said it right there. You did this. You said we did this for the show. Oh, fuck. A judge also issued a unique punishment in addition to the jail time and the restitution. The couple could not seek a way to monetize the experience whatsoever. Colorado 8th Judicial District Judge Stephen Shapansky blasted the couple during their hearing, telling them they exploited their children, the media, and the emotions of people all over the country for money. I'm very, very sorry, and I want to apologize to all the rescue workers out there, Richard Heaney said at the time, although maintaining his assertion it wasn't a hoax. He and his wife sought pardons from Polis a year ago. Now I wish they hadn't given him one. Now I wish that the freaking governor said, you know what? I've listened to Eric Zane Show podcast, hearing all the bullshit you put everybody through. I'm putting you back in prison. Shut up, you asshole. My God. All right, there you go. So Balloon Boy gets the pardon. Congratulations. Hey, Patreon, I was supposed to do the show on Friday with Ben, the Patreon, the Ben and Eric Patreon bonus. Or not, damn it, I'm screwing that up. The Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. Damn it. And then it dawned on me. That's Christmas night. So Ben and I were like, hey, let's podcast. It'll be like a Christmas extravaganza on Zoom. And then we'll do it live. And then it's like 5 p.m. I've got it all planned out. And then I realized that I haven't yet informed Diana about this. And my God, the hell unleashed when I informed her that I was going to be podcasting. And it was swift and certain. There would be no podcasting. I need to pick her brain about what she was thinking when I informed her that that's what I was planning.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing okay. What time did you roll out of the rack?
8.
Not bad. Not bad. Oh, good. You're doing some maintenance on the cars again.
No, I just set my coffee cup down. That's all.
Okay. It's always so loud in my headphones. It's just incredibly loud.
Okay. Well, here I am.
First of all, are you happy with Christmas?
Yes, I'm very happy with Christmas.
Okay. Of course, that's baby Jesus's birthday. And you know as well as I do that Father Don Weber told us to go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born.
Correct.
Linus told us the spirit of Christmas.
Yes.
We all are aware of that. So I want to say that first.
Right.
Secondly, though, we exchanged gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Are you satisfied with how it went?
I am.
Okay, so now,
Are you?
Yes, absolutely. I am so happy. I didn't unbox everything. I unboxed a little bit after the Jackie and Justin gift giving thing, but I didn't quite do it on this show. But you got blinds. Now, I was telling the audience about this before Christmas, about getting you the blinds, and I was going to give you that picture of all the various blind people, including Saul and Beat Beat Baseball Tony.
Yes.
But the blinds arrived in time, so I didn't have to do that.
Correct.
And not only did you get the blinds, but the next day they were installed.
You did, yeah.
And they were installed appropriately.
I know, that was a Christmas in itself.
It was a miracle. And I was oh my God, I cannot believe not only are they done before next Christmas, but it didn't look like, Homer Simpson did it.
Yeah, you did a good job.
I'm lucky. I am just lucky. I cannot believe I pulled that off. So there's that. You got your
And they look awesome.
Thank you. And I'm glad you like them. And you got an Apple Watch from your old pal Eric.
Yep.
Okay, you got that. And then what was the other thing? It was a toaster, right? You said you wanted a toaster.
I needed a new toaster.
All right. I appreciate
I'm getting ready to use right now. I'm going to toast a good old English muffin.
Yes. Okay. Now, I was just getting to the point in the show when I was telling the audience about my plan for the big Christmas night Patreon podcast. And can you, at 5 p.m., I informed you that at 7 p.m., I would be podcasting with Ben. Take me through the range of emotions that you experienced when you heard that news.
Well, at first I thought you were joking, just trying to get a rise out of me, because couldn't believe that somebody would be so ignorant to think that would be appropriate on Christmas Day. So at first I thought you were joking, and then when you said you were serious, I was like, no, that can't even be.
There was, as soon as I said it, there was a pause, and that pause was all I needed. I didn't even need you to speak at that point. I knew there was no way that this was going to happen. And
why would you even think that would be okay?
Well, I had a bad feeling that it wasn't okay, but I thought, and we had scheduled our pal Jimmy to come over too, and it was all just stupid. So I was like, there is no way that I can possibly die on this hill. It just can't happen. This is a bad decision. So right away, I was like, Ben, forget it, man. She's Queen of the Forest is furious. There's no way this is going to happen. And then I just threw the message out on social media. I said, we'll get it next week. No big deal. Oh, my God. All right. I just wanted to pick your brain as to where you were during all that.
Yeah, I was a little irritated.
Yeah, sorry.
To say the least.
Yes.
But it all worked out, right?
Yes, indeed.
We had a good old fun time with Jimmy.
Oh, man. Pictionary was glorious. What a ridiculous game that is. Really underrated game.
It is. It was fun.
Man, is that awesome. Okay.
Maybe we should play it again New Year's Eve.
All right. Sounds good to me.
You're not going to do anything like, at midnight or anything.
A 4-hour podcast on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Ring in the new year with Eric Zane. Do you remember what you did last year on New Year's Eve?
I think we went to the Griffins game.
Okay.
I did that. And then.
Did we do anything after? Like I think we went to Pepino's.
Yeah, I think we did. I don't quite remember.
It seems like a decade ago.
But I didn't think we did go to Pepino's.
God, I cannot believe what the hell has happened to the world.
I know. And now we can do nothing.
Did you know that the first person died on February 6th? I was doing the math. That was when the first actual reported death. February 6th, which is, I forget how many days that is. 321, something like that. Since it all started. Oh, shit. Okay, all right.
All right, I'm getting ready to go to Costco before I'm going to get there when it opens. So maybe I'll have some luck getting some toilet paper, so I don't have to use this toilet paper that you bought at Aldi that is like as thin as.
So bad.
I mean, you might as well use I don't even know.
Really bad. It's so bad. Yeah, I can't agree more. Okay.
All
Very
right.
good. Okay, see you.
We'll see you.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So that was that. But we'll get after it this week. I want you to sign up for my Patreon. And this is what I haven't mentioned this enough. If you sign up for a year, you save 10%. So, okay, let's say you go, hey, man, I want the video and the audio. It's $10 a month. But if you sign up for a full year, you're going to save 10%. And, hey, that's $12. So there you go. You can get that out of the way that way. I just had somebody sign up for a full year. Maybe that was Gabe. Was that Gabe? I don't know. I got to check it. But anyway, thank you so much. The Lost Zane recordings drop twice a week on Patreon. Sign up, check it out. You can cancel it at any time if it stinks. All right. That's one of the ways we keep the lights on the Eric Zane Show podcast. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. Boy, man, just amazing work by those people. Thank you again so much for donating the usage of your facility for the Great Food Giveaway. Thank you for providing the Porta-John for the sizable donation for the Great Food Giveaway. It was just great. You guys are just awesome. If you need a trusted place to get your vehicle fixed, I suggest you go to Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, 616-532-6600. It has been way too long since I talked to Joe Martinez. And I'm in the mood to chat. All right. It's been a good year for Joe. A&E Heating and Cooling, 616-516-8579.
Hello.
Senor Martinez.
Yes.
How are you, young man?
I'm doing good.
How was Christmas for you?
Pretty good.
Yeah. You stayed close to home, or what did you do?
Well, yeah, I had to because people call.
Yeah. You got to do your thing. Now, that would be a terribly unfortunate thing, Joe, if like on Christmas night somebody called with an after-hours sales call. Did that actually take place?
Yeah.
You did, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God! You say it like that's a common thing.
Well, it is. I was expecting it.
So, how far did you have to travel for that one?
Well, up to Rockford, up there by can't think of the Boston Lake.
Okay. Did you now? How long did it take for you to get it going for those folks?
Oh, probably about a half an hour.
Oh man, I can't imagine. It's cold in the house, Christmas night. People are freaking out. You walk in, you're like a knight in shining armor to those people. Do you realize that?
Yeah, except for when they get the bill.
Do you bill them day of, or do you say, "Hey, I'll send it along"?
No, I collect on the spot, man.
Okay, all right.
On service, we have to collect on the spot because sometimes people won't pay you.
Yeah, I can believe that.
So,
I can believe that.
But when they call, I tell them right off the bat, you want me to come up here? It's $150 for me to show up at your door, and it's $125 an hour.
Yeah, damn right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Come on up. Okay, I get up there, I clean the damn flame sensor, and I'm done in 15 minutes, and I charge it for half an hour and say, down the road. So that was what, $225 versus, if they would have done a tune-up, which would have been like $79.
Right.
But then they asked me, well, because it's Friday and it's Christmas, I said, well, how much is it on Saturday? $150.
Yep.
How much is it on Sunday? $150. How about Monday? $65. Oh, well, we can't wait that long. Okay.
Yeah, that's great. And I love the fact that you point out that is something that would have been taken care of with the tune-up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's proof positive. Don't let that happen to you,
Right. I got another guy that called in Saturday, and they're waiting till today, and he just texted me a little while ago and said, when are you coming? I said, I don't know just yet.
Oh, sweet.
I said, it'd be sometime this afternoon, but I can't give you a time right now because a lot of people that called in on Saturday and Sunday decided to wait till today.
Right.
Because it's cheaper. And, supply houses are open, so, they don't have to pay that extra $100 fee to open up a supply house.
Holy crap.
Oh, it can get very expensive really quick on the weekends.
Well, it's really good to hear your voice. I appreciate you. Just want to let you know, a happy late Christmas and Happy New Year.
Well, Happy New Year and late Christmas to you, too. I'm watching you right now anyways. I'm driving. I'm going to Muskegon.
Oh, my God. It's like a wormhole.
Yeah, just about.
All right.
Okay.
Enjoy the day in Muskegon.
I'm only going to be there for about an hour. I just watch my guys freeze for a little bit because they're working in a house that's got no heat, and so I'm just going to go in there and check their work, and then I'll be down the road in my van where it's nice and warm.
My God, you're the boss. You're like the boss. You are the boss. You're like yelling at you, hurry up, work faster.
Well, that's what I tell them. I'm like, you guys don't have this house done yet, but it being so cold, you figure you work faster.
No, that's fantastic. All right, man. I'll talk to you.
All right, bro.
Yep.
All right, sounds good. Yep.
Joe Martinez, A&E Heating and Cooling. Call him at 616-516-8579. We have come a long way from that day, Joe Martinez, when you were in my basement installing this setup here, and the cat took a shit so bad he almost threw up. They had to clear the basement. I was like, oh, God, a cat. What the hell? What are you feeding that cat? The remains of the guy who blew himself up in Nashville? By the way, I forgot to get to this. We have an award winner. We have co-award winners. Actually, no. Anthony Quinn Warner, the dumb dick who blew up the RV and made the people clean up his body parts. You are the asshole of the day. And also George Clooney is runner-up. I mean, you gotta give it to Warner overall, but if Warner hadn't been there, Clooney would have been the guy because of that shit show movie he made, The Midnight Sky. Oh, God, that makes me mad. How can someone who has done nothing but make movies for as long as George Clooney has, or be in movies or around movies, either acted in, written, directed, produced, I don't give a shit, make something that terrible? I mean, it was so bad. Oh my God. As you progress through your career, you're not supposed to get worse at what you do. Well, I mean, I do, but I mean, it's a podcast. Hang on, Daisy's snoring. Awesome. I gotta get sound of it. Hang on. I can't. The mic won't stretch that far. And she heard me, so she's like, "All right, I'm not snoring anymore." Dog's got sleep apnea. Holds her breath like Kenny. Hey, man, I told you to knock it off, man. I can't help it. Thank you again to John Jenkins and the folks at Forever Lawn, West Michigan. The plan is to have John install. We've got this dog run. You can install like pet grass or dog grass or whatever the hell you call it. And that's one of the many things he does at Forever Lawn, West Michigan. And this is absolutely cool, man. If you go to foreverlawn.com/WMI, it says what we offer, and you click on it is landscape grass. So like really high-end stuff to make the house look awesome. New builds, if you're remodeling the landscaping on your home that you have, or you have a new construction going on, consider this, man. You should at least check it out just to see what it's all about, because for some people, the idea of a pristine lawn that looks and feels exactly like real grass, minus the bugs, minus the moles, minus the maintenance, is really appealing. Get more info at foreverlawn.com/WMI. You can also get the canine grass, which is what I'm interested in the Eric Zane Show podcast household. After you click on that, there's all sorts of little videos and things like that of how it works. Playground, playground grass, municipalities, schools, whatnot. Golf greens, you can install one of those. Sports grass, athletic directors, that's something for you. Splash grass, some of these places, hotels, venues, places like that, they have the grass around the where the kids play in the water. Bocce grass, really underrated game. Love that game. Anyway, all the info is at foreverlawn.com. WMI. That is an example of a guy who was working in one line of work. The pandemic screwed him up, so he bailed on what he was doing and decided to get into this. That's called a pivot. Okay? Well done to John. And if you need more information, foreverlawn.com/WMI or call them at 616-258-6450. All right. So football over the weekend. First of all, in the late game last night, the Green Bay Packers are killing it. And they beat the shit out of the Tennessee Titans. Oh, fuck. They made the Titans look like bitches. Oh, my God. Seriously, man. I expected that to be more of a game. I mean, the Titans are really good. And they got the shit beat out of them by Green Bay last night. I mean, it was ugly. Just a full-on murdering took place. So here it sits with the Packers are the best team in the NFC at 12-3. The Saints are 11-4. They're doing well. Seahawks are 11-4. Forget the entire NFC East. They're out of the picture. Okay, screw them. Packers, Saints, Seahawks, Buccaneers. That's all you can. And the Buccaneers are playing well. Granted, they played the Lions this past week and beat the shit out of them it was a real murder. It was another one-sided affair. But the Lions are playing with like half their team, and they didn't even have their coaching staff. Did you hear that deal? The coaching staff, they may have been exposed to COVID, so there's like a league chaperone who watches over the facilities and says, this guy's got COVID. You didn't have your mask on, so now you all might have COVID. So the whole coaching staff was wiped out. They had to have people coach the team that weren't even the coaches. So it was a real shit show. And the league wouldn't even move the game. The Lions were like, can you move the game to Sunday, and then we'll be out of the window of the protocol. We can coach. And the league said no. And they go, why? And the Lions made a big deal of it. It's like, who gives a shit? You're not going to win anyway. So fucking get it over with. Buccaneers beat the hell out of the Lions. Stafford gets hurts an ankle. Oh, God. Lions, son of a bitch. I feel bad. But the Packers are really, really good. And this is what's interesting about this because, for most of the year, people have just been like the Chiefs. The Chiefs have only lost one game since they won the freaking Super Bowl. And the Steelers were undefeated, but then they kind of fucked it all up. Now they've come back to they've come back to earth. Are 12-3 on the year, and they win the North. But who gives a shit? It's the Chiefs. The Chiefs are going to be out of the AFC, but I would have to say it's going to be the Chiefs and the Pack in the Super Bowl. How could it not be? The Packers are so damn good. I'm really interested in how this goes. Aaron Rodgers pisses me off. Son of a bitch, is that guy good? I've never understood this. That he's the type of quarterback who, even at as old as he is, his timing and his recognition of what's happening around him. So let's say he drops back or he gets the ball in the shotgun. You got 1,000, 2 1,000. At this point, the pocket is usually starting to come unglued. They can only hold the block so long. He always knows where to step. It seems like when the pocket collapses, he always gets away and either runs to another spot and then completes the pass or runs for 11 when he needs 10. To me, these teams are like the idea of trying to get at him is ridiculous. In my opinion, they should always stay home and not try so hard because every time the pocket collapses, it opens up those lanes for that guy to run through. Don't work so hard at trying to sack him. Contain the fucker so that he has to throw it from the pocket because the second he gets out of the pocket, he's a million times more dangerous than when he's standing there. So fucking let him stand there and then count on your defensive backs or your safety or maybe a linebacker to make a play. Hit the receiver after he catches it, force a fumble, or pick the fucking ball off, or level him when he catches it going over the middle. Don't let him get out of the pocket. Let him stay there. Son of a bitch. How do you fall for that every time? So the Houston Texans are shitty. They're just as bad as the Lions. In fact, they're worse. They've won 4 games. The Lions have won 5. By the way, the Lions at 5 losses or 5 wins. You know, they're going to get a good first-round pick, but not a great first-round pick. Right now they're picking 7th. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I want them. I wish that they would be able to keep Matthew Stafford and then get that kid from Clemson, Trevor Lawrence, and then just have it that way, because then you have a true tutoring going on. Back to the Packers. You remember when Favre was finishing up his career with the Packers and Aaron Rodgers is there getting antsy, waiting like, come on, let me take over. The Lions should do that exact scenario. Instead of just dumping Stafford and putting any asshole in there while they bring in some young quarterback, I think it's a terrible idea. Keep Stafford as long as you can. He's a great quarterback and very competitive. And he's still got a lot of life in him, first of all. So go build your team and draft a quarterback and go about it that way, for God's sake. But this guy, J.J. Watt, he went to the school I went to, Central Michigan University. I think he was like a tight end then when he played, but he's a terrific defensive player. Is he a defensive end? I think he's a defensive end for the Texans. Just awesome. And this guy, he gets pissed off in this press conference. It's awesome because his team sucks shit, and he's mad at everybody sucking and not trying hard. And he feels bad for the fans. Check this out.
We're professional athletes getting paid a whole lot of money. If you can't come in and put work in the building, go out to the practice field and work hard, do your lifts and do what you're supposed to do, you should not be here. This is a job. We are getting paid a whole lot of money. There are a lot of people that watch us and invest their time and their money into buying our jerseys and buying a whole bunch of shit. And they care about it. They care every single week. We're in week 16 and we're 4-11. And there's fans that watch this game, that show up to the stadium, that put in time and energy and effort and care about this. So if you can't go out there and you can't work out, you can't show up on time, you can't practice, you can't want to go out there and win, you shouldn't be here.
Yes.
Because this is a privilege. It's the greatest job in the world. You get to go out and play a game.
Listen to this dude.
And if you can't care enough, even in week 17, even when you're trash, when you're 4-11.
You know, as he's talking, as he's
thinking that you're,
as he's working this out, and go, he hasn't said anyone by name, but you know full well there's one guy goes, oh fuck, I know he's talking about me, son of a bitch.
Trash when you're 4-11. If you can't care enough to go out there and give everything you've got and try your hardest, that's bullshit. So that's how.
I love this because this is old school. This is you know, calling somebody out for shitty performance or doing something stupid. The problem is, in this day and age, doing that is going to result in, you know, all sorts of meetings and hurt feelings, and we got to call HR and all this other bullshit. When, you know, I mean, a minute and a half rant, problem solved. If anybody's worth anything, if anybody has any work ethic that is worth anything, they'll take this and try to improve themselves instead of being a huge pussy.
I think there are people every week that still tweet you, that still come up to you and say, hey, we're still rooting for you. We're still behind you. They have no reason whatsoever to. We stink. But they care, and they still want to win, and they still want you to be great. That's why. Those people aren't getting paid. We're getting paid handsomely. That's why. And that's...
Oh, man.
That's who I feel the most bad for, is our fans. And the people who care so deeply in the city, and the people who love it.
See, I wouldn't be that way. I'd be like, fuck the fans. I don't give a shit. I'm making millions of dollars. I'm going to act like I care and then just say, oh, yeah, whatever. See you later.
You want it to be great, and it's not. And that sucks as a player, to know that we're not giving them what they deserve.
Thanks, JJ.
Oh, the chick is, all right, that's enough. He gets up, walks away. Nobody dares ask another question. That was awesome. Well done to J.J. Watt. My God, he's pissed. Hey, would you do me a favor? If you listen to the audio podcast, there's a spot where you can rate and review it. First of all, subscribe to the podcast. You subscribing to it gives me an internet point, And I get more internet points when you rate it and review it. I think the last review I got was, I don't know, October or something like that. I'm like, what the fuck? Subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. I have a managed IT service provider that is not going to blow up an RV in downtown Nashville. Thank you to Blue Frost IT. You need Blue Frost IT for your small or medium-sized business. If you are in West Michigan and you need IT professional expert care, call upon them, 616-200-8550. 616-200-8550 for Blue Frost IT. So, if you have a small or medium-sized business and you don't have any IT support when you need it, it's gonna be a process to get your business back up and running. If you already have a service contract with Blue Frost IT, it's like you just call up your own IT department, say, yeah, it went shitty. Can you fix it? Sure. They can either do it remotely or can get to wherever you need them to be and do it for you that way. Now, if you don't do that, that's fine, I guess. But when it does go south, take it to Blue Frost IT, and then they can get your equipment up and running, and then you'll probably want to sign up with a service contract. That's what I would do. That's what I do in my little old show, and it isn't that expensive. You'd be surprised how inexpensive and how affordable it is to have your own IT department with Blue Frost IT. 616-200-8550. You need a mortgage? It's a great time to get one. I recommend the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. 231-332-6505, okay? 231-332-6505 for the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. And this is a sponsor that can work for you no matter where you are in the listening audience. It's not just West Michigan centric. Anywhere you are. Call upon them. Frankly, they recommend you call a couple others and see what they can do for you, too. More often than not, Mario is going to win out on the business, and that's usually the case with all of my sponsors. I can't stress enough how far these folks go to go the extra mile, especially if you're a first-timer. That can be tricky. There are no dumb questions. Trust me. 231-332-6505. And how about Cornhole America? Man, that's a fun game, cornhole. And you can have your own custom cornhole boards made. You can put whatever you want on a cornhole board. Whatever you want. All you have to do is reach out to my friends at Cornhole America. You can even get the Eric Zane Show podcast cornhole boards. If you go to my website, ericzaneshow.com, and click where it says Cornhole America, it'll take you right to the Eric Zane Show podcast cornhole boards. Or when you go to cornholeamerica.com, in the search bar, just type Eric Zane, and there they are. I'm bent over in a ridiculous way, and where my asshole is the hole where the beanbags go in, and it's got the logo. They look great. These are professional boards described as ACO and ACL tournament specifications, pro-style quality constructed, using half-inch cabinet-grade plywood, not the cheap stuff many other dealers use, 24 inches by 48 inches, with the 6-inch hole centered 9 inches from the top, 12 inches from each side. Our boards are cut using a professional CNC router to ensure quality and consistency. More information at cornholeamerica.com, a local business based in beautiful Cedar Springs, Michigan. I love them. Get yourself a set of cornhole boards from Cornhole America. God, look at this one. This guy's got Beavis and Butthead on his cornhole boards. This one, Steel Ironworker Construction cornhole boards. Some dude who's he's working on high steel. Throw that on a corn. They can design whatever you want. I mean, seriously, on a set of cornhole boards. Absolutely fantastic. It's fun just to go to the website and root around at some of the other designs that they've done. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Cornhole America. I didn't know, leading up to this morning, who the hell Hilaria Baldwin was. Okay? I had no idea that Alec Baldwin who's a fucking lunatic, is married to a major young babe. It's kind of sickening, frankly. I'm disgusted by the fact that when Alec Baldwin was 31 years old, his wife was 0 years old. That's fucking gross. I think there should be a case study on women who are married to old men. Only the ones that aren't doing it for money. And I don't know if she is. I have no idea. She might be extremely successful in her own right. So I have no clue if she did it for money. But for the ones that aren't, if you could actually get a group of these women together and just try to get into their brains just to write a book about why are you attracted to these old fucking men. That's fucking sick to me. That's really, really gross. I think she might have even had kids with him. And I have a real problem with that too. I have a problem with old fucking men having kids at an old ass age. It should be absolutely illegal. Your rights should be taken away from you. You should not be allowed to do that shit. Because when you're 62, you're going to die at an age where the kid is very, very young. But because you're such a selfish fucking prick, you don't care about that shit. And you go ahead and you become a father at that age. Shame on you, you fucking asshole. So anyway, this isn't about Alec Baldwin. This is about his wife, Hilaria. And it doesn't surprise me that this is happening through the internet. I'm a little surprised at how much attention that these two are drawing to it. I would never have heard of any of this had they not made a big fucking deal about it, but they did. Hilaria Baldwin did some 7.5-minute video yelling at the internet because the internet said she wasn't Spanish. And to me, it's a great troll job by the internet saying, oh, yeah, you're not Spanish, and just got her going because now her feet are moving and she is ranting and raving and Alec is getting involved, and that's never good. He's a fucking hothead kook. So I cannot believe that they even bought into this. I mean, the internet is just full of shitheads and assholes. But Baldwin, 36-year-old Hilaria Baldwin, who pissed a lot of people off because she took a picture of herself like in lingerie holding a baby that she just gave birth to. And she's one of these, she must be from an alien culture or something, because she's holding this baby and she looks like she is just, oh my God. I mean, she's just, her body is absolutely, does not look like she just had a baby. She looks like a 21-year-old chick who works out all the time. She doesn't, I mean, that is so fucked up. I mean, let's be honest here. When a lady has a baby, it's usually pretty rare that you can take a picture of yourself nearly nude and be comfortable with that. I mean, there's shit has moved, okay? And that's okay. To me, that's a sign of a real woman right there. If the shit's moved, that's the way it is. So fuck her, I guess. But man, she looks incredible for having just had a baby. People are yelling at her saying, "You're not even Spanish." The Living Clearly Method, I guess she wrote a book, author, took to Instagram on Sunday morning to discuss the viral allegation surfacing on social media, claiming that the former yoga instructor is a white lady named Hillary who was born in Boston. Now, she was born in Boston. This is so weird to me. You see, like, my cousin was born in the United States. Her mother is Armenian. That's my dad's sister. Her mother's Armenian. Her dad is from Venezuela. So she's as Armenian as I am. But the family there, all the Armenian, most of them live in San Francisco area. They all are very ethnic. And this happens where, though she was born in the U.S., is half Armenian, she went to Armenian school and was raised Armenian. She was raised, her first language is Armenian. The second language is English. So, there's that. That's what Hilaria Baldwin did. But no one's buying that because she was born in Boston. It's like, well, no. So, I look no further than my cousin for doing this exact same thing. My cousin struggles with words in English at times. She's like, what's the word for just because it's a second language? So, yes, lives in the U.S., but in her own little Armenian hamlet, they raised her as an Armenian. See what I'm saying? Dressed in holiday pajamas, sporting a bare face, which she's still a total babe. The wife of actor Alec Baldwin shared a 7.5-minute video of herself attempting to explain her background. Why are you doing this? Why? You're just adding fuel to the fire, you idiot. Again, I had no idea who this person was until this story broke. Thank you, by the way, Kevin and Muskegon, for sending it along. This is a ridiculous story. I've seen chatter online questioning my identity and my culture. This is something I take very seriously, and for those who are asking, I'll reiterate my story as I've done many times before, said Baldwin. I was born in Boston. I grew up spending time with my family between Massachusetts and Spain. My parents and sibling live in Spain, and I chose to live here in the U.S. In regards to her 5 children with Baldwin, who were given Spanish names, she explained that she and her husband celebrate both cultures in our home. She added, Alec and I are raising our children bilingual just as I was raised. This is very important to me. I understand that my story is a little different, but it's mine, and I'm very proud of it. The claims of Baldwin's misrepresented heritage surfaced on Twitter last week and quickly went viral. Boy, I thought this had spent more time percolating. She got right after it. This started, apparently, with a video of Hilaria Baldwin. She couldn't say the word cucumber. She was struggling. They go, oh, yeah, she's faking it. She's faking it. But she grew up in Massachusetts. So right away I saw that. I thought of my cousin. I go, well, no, this could be. I mean, why would somebody do that? But she goes on and on and on about this. Yes, I am a white girl. Europe has a lot of white people in there. My family is white. Ethnically, I'm a mix of many, many, many things, she said. Culturally, I grew up with 2 cultures, so it's really as simple as that. Oh, my God. If she wasn't such a pain in the ass, it appears, I'd feel bad for her. Alec, then, he gets involved, too. Alec posted his own video. This old fuck, in which he didn't mention his wife's situation directly. Instead, he touched on a variety of topics ranging from Facebook and Twitter to Pizzagate and Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, God. Criticizing the vast arena of voices on social media. In a lot of ways, he's right. He says, Twitter to me is something where you really got to dig through the garbage. It's like a big swap meet, he said. It's just a vast orchard of crap. I just want to say to people, you've got to consider the source. We live in a world now where we're hidden behind the anonymity of social media, Reddit. People can say anything. There have been things said about people I love that I care about deeply that are ridiculous. Let's see. Hillary is not one to stay mum on controversies. Last week, she shared a video defending herself after a postpartum lingerie photo of her holding 3-month-old Eduardo went wild on the internet. I mean, seriously, if you see this, if you're a dude, it's going to be elevated off the sack without question. I mean, she looks that good. Like, what the hell? Amy Schumer reposted the shot as a joke, pretending it was a photo of herself. And then Schumer apologized. Why are you apologizing? Baldwin claimed it wasn't the joke that upset her, but people's claims that Baldwin's picture-perfect physique did not represent what real moms look like after pregnancy. Well, that's true. Real moms after pregnancy look like fuck. We all know that. I think it's a great reason to take a picture because it shows your alien life form. If you're doing body inclusivity, that's body inclusivity for all, Baldwin said. There's a whole thing like, oh, moms don't look like that. Well, some moms do. This mom does. And I am included in the inclusivity. Fucking Baldwin, shut up. You and your 36-year-old hot-ass wife. 3 months after having a kid looks like that. Shut the hell up. My God. All right. Rick from TC Paintball writes on the Shoreliner striping inbox. 1 bourbon, 1 scotch, 1 kidney. Let's schedule event number 11. When will you be healthy enough to play? I think a few weeks. The plan is I'm going to walk for the next 2 weeks because the nut is feeling strong enough. And then I think I can start to move around enough, jog. I think that's about right. I'll definitely take it easy. I'll be an easy target. Somebody will shoot. Hell, I don't move that much when I play anyway. So we can just schedule it right now. I'll talk to you today, a little later on. All right. Let's see. I've got. Did I promote the Portnoy story? No, I did not. I'll save that for Patreon. Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports, as insufferable as he is
if you can't handle a big dick joke, then get a fucking sense of humor. So fuck you, Roger Goodell.
Though he's an absolute pain in the ass, has done something very, very good. It's proof that sometimes in order to get things done right, you just got to do it. This is kind of like a page of the Great Food Giveaway times about 1 million because of what that guy pulled off. Talk about that in the Patreon with you. Still want to get to the story about Sammy Hagar and Van Halen and his conversation with Eddie Van Halen. It's truly touching. My God. But first, F45 in Byron Center, Michigan. If you want to work out, this is who I want you to call. The community of Byron Center is like growing so damn fast. And if you are even remotely near there, this is where I want you to work out. This is what you do. First of all, you get a week free. That's at f45training.com/Byron Center. Do that first. Then go there. You're going to be all like, scared and sheepish, and it's going to be weird and awkward as you see all these people who know each other and you don't know anybody and you feel like a dick, but you're fat as shit. So, you want to do something. You're like, oh, fuck, man, New Year's resolution. I got to do something, man. I'm tired of being engrossed. Tired of being engrossed. I want to look like Hillary Baldwin. Okay, so you're like sitting there, you just feel weird. Go, do it, and move, okay? It's group exercise with a personal touch, 45-minute workouts, and stick with it, okay? Don't give up on yourself. I always say this to people. It took you a long time to become absolutely horribly out of shape. Be patient with yourself when getting back into shape. Set a goal to stick with it. That's the goal. Stick with it, man. The rest will work itself out. F45training.com/Byron Center. Go there. Go to the website. Sign up free. And then go do the work, man. Do you want to live longer? I'm able to really get people with this one. Okay, so if you're a mom or a dad, I don't care how old you are, how young you are. Look at your kids. They want you to live a long time. If you don't do any physical activity, you are lessening your chances of a long life. Think about that. What a selfish shit show way to look at the world, to not doing exercise. Joe Rogan said it best. Everybody should fucking exercise every fucking day. Every day. Quit being a loser and go move. Think about F45 training in Byron Center, Michigan. Thank you. My friends at Stella Fly are inviting you, if you are a business owner, that you want to be able to utilize the marketing of social media and things like that. If you're busy building your business, you might not have time to do that. And that is such a valuable tool and an asset to be able to tell the world about what you're doing. On social media. Stella Fly does that for you. Okay. Get more information about what they do at StellaFly.com. S as in Sam, T as in Tom, ELLA Fly, StellaFly.com. Thank you again to Laura from Stella Fly for taking pictures at the Great Food Giveaway. Should be doing a Growers 101 with my friends at Horizon Hydroponics the next week or so. I'm looking forward to seeing the folks over there again. And the indoor growing season going on right now. If you're growing indoors and you want to be able to give your whatever you're growing a real solid chance at a terrific harvest, go to horizonhydroponics.com, HORIZEN, hydroponics.com. Orders $250 and more. Shipping is free. Coupon code ZaneShow at checkout saves you $10. You can also order it online and pick it up in person. 4 locations here in Michigan. Grand Rapids on Alpine and the Growers Outlet in Byron Center. Also a store in Kalamazoo and a store in Lansing. More information at horizonhydroponics.com. How about you, Kevin in Muskegon, for the bountiful harvest of stories you sent me? I appreciate that, buddy. You know, one of the big losses in the past year was Eddie Van Halen, dare I say the biggest. The fact that he had to go to another country, I think, for some treatment that kept him around longer than a lot of people expected. Of course, that song that his son, Wolf, made called Distance is... oh, man. He actually wrote that for many, many months leading up to the passing of his dad, knowing full well that his dad was going to die relatively soon. Sammy Hagar, though, for the longest time, he and Eddie, there was no communication whatsoever. Shit went south when it blew up between Eddie and Sammy. I think the story goes that Eddie and Dave did music together and didn't tell Sammy about it and put it on a greatest hits or some shit like that. And that was it. Sammy's like, you know what, man, you got one shot at this. I consider that to be a double cross. And then that was it, man. And they had been fighting for years. So they never really worked it out. But I think that wasn't there a tour that went down? So it couldn't have been that bad. I'm not really sure exactly what drove them apart, but up to Eddie's death, and now Sammy is talking. He says he was grateful he had the chance to speak with Eddie one last time before the dude died. He spoke to Variety from Big Sky, Montana, where he was launching some new booze. Sammy said the distance between him and Ed was something he regretted, and he's glad the two of them were able to finally find some closure. Poor Eddie broke my heart, but thank God we connected before he died, Sam said. I heard he was in bad shape. I wanted to reach out. I finally said, I'm just going to call him. But according to Hagar, trying to get a hold of Eddie proved to be difficult as he didn't have his number. I was calling his brother. I was calling his manager. I was calling his friends. And I'd say, hey, tell Ed, give him my phone number. Tell him if he ever wants to talk to me. I really want to talk to him. Help him and see what I can do, Sammy said. I want to be his friend. I want to bury the hatchet, but they never got it done. You know, frankly, maybe Eddie didn't want to do that. And I think that that's tough. I mean, I've been in that spot too, where I've been like, you know, I want to bury the hatchet. But if you have a scenario where the other one's not interested in that, sometimes that's difficult. But take it from me, it happens. In the end, guess who got them together? George Lopez, of all people, somehow got them together. Sammy says George is a dear friend, and he was Eddie's friend, and said, Sammy, Eddie's in bad shape. He loves you, brother. You need to reach out. I said, give me his fucking number, and I'll make sure I call him. He's like, I've been trying. Where? Seriously, does anyone give this guy messages? Finally talked to the guy. He says there was nothing but love between them. I said, why don't you respond? I've been reaching out. Hagar recalls. Ed said, why didn't you call me? So it was all miscommunication. Don't fucking call my brother. Fucking call me. I said, man, I didn't have your number. So that was it. I mean, they probably could have made like 10 albums if they would have gotten on the same page. Then, of course, the passing in October. But Sammy says that they ended up working it out. So that's good. I guess there's a nice little bow on it, but just terrible. I still cannot believe that guy died. Absolutely incredible. 2020 is ending. Thank God. Oh, my gosh. That is the best news. And just hoping for brighter things in 2021. I don't want to say can't get any worse, can it? Because then it'd be like, oh, shit, well, there's another pandemic, a totally different disease where your genitals fall off or some shit like that, God forbid. Okay, folks, I'm going to regroup and bring you the Patreon bonus podcast in a little bit. I appreciate you for being with me on this day, on this Monday. Thanks again. I'll talk to you further down the road in just a little bit. Till next time, bye-bye. Forgot to tell you, my Ride into Work song this morning, Best of Both Worlds, Van Halen. As soon as the music fades, we'll get into that on the audio podcast only. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.